What's going on, guys? I'm Jada Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. Appreciate y'all being here. Make sure y'all go and check out my latest podcast episode. Link is in the description box. Also, make sure you like this video and share it because once again, I'm going to talk about Will Smith and how he continues to try to defend his wife's honor, even though she did not defend his, when she publicly embarrassed him in front of everybody. Now, Will Smith has publicly come out once again to speak about how there was no infidelity in the marriage, even though there was an entanglement, according to Jada Pinkett. And, everything is going good for Will Smith. He's winning awards. His acting career seems to be in a good place. And maybe the marriage and family is in a good place. So he wants to say, hey, I'm in a good place. I'm being more of who I am. I'm happy in my situation. Let me go and defend that. The first thing he does is go and defend Jada Pinkett. And this is the problem that I've had with Will Smith and guys like him, because if he was the one that had the entanglement, he would be still going on shows, apology tours to make up and apologize and beg for forgiveness. They love to drag a man through these apology tours, right? Just look at DJ Envy and his wife. Has she accepted his apology yet or not? But let's get into this ridiculousness. From the Daily Mail, it says Will Smith insists there's never been infidelity in his marriage to Jada Pinkett Smith, even though she spoke of her entanglement with August Alsina in 2020. Will Smith has insisted that there was never been infidelity in his marriage. The King Richard star wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, spoke in 2020 about her entanglement with singer August Alsina, but the 53-year-old actor insists nothing that has happened within their relationship has come as a surprise. There's never been infidelity in our marriage. Jada and I talk about everything, and we have never surprised one another with anything ever, said the star. There was a rumor years prior that Will Smith walked in on Jada Pinkett Smith with another man, and he ran out of the house crying. Considering Will Smith and considering how, the situation has unfolded, that wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me that he would run out of the house crying. That wouldn't surprise me. I think there are layers to this marriage that we may never know. I don't know if any of you see it, but Jada Pinkett's demeanor is a lot different than it was a couple of years ago when it was all about Will Smith. Now, you can't, when you see Will Smith, you think of Jada Pinkett Smith immediately, not just because she's his wife, but because of that entanglement. I think that Jada Pinkett Smith has always wanted the attention to be on her just as much as him, and maybe she's gotten what she's wanted, to the point to where now she looks a little bit more happy to be there than she did before, because there were times where Jada Pinkett seemed like she didn't want to be there on those red carpets. But now I guess everything is better. He's in a better place. Maybe she's in a better place. And he wants to now clear up the issue that happened a few years ago that I do think affected him negatively, because we've all seen the memes of him looking disheveled, looking worn down, like he's just going through a lot. We've all seen this. So the fact that he wants to defend his wife and clear this up because he feels like he's in a better place, she's in a better place, it just doesn't sit right with me. Because if a man had the entanglement, he would not be so and people say, well, men get forgiven for cheating all the time. Do they? You don't see the wife speaking in interviews saying that there was no infidelity whatsoever. No, she be talking about how they're still healing and how she hasn't gotten over it. Like DJ Envy wife. Let's see. He told Gayle King on CBS Sunday Morning, I have decided that chatter about my life can be a benefit to people. Chatter in the first stage of having a real conversation and to be able to truly explore some of the things in your heart are loving or poisonous. In September, the Aladdin star admitted his wife wasn't the only one engaging in other relationships outside of their marriage. However, he declined to go into detail, particularly because his mindset has changed in recent years. So, yeah, because Will basically admitted too that he wanted to step out of the marriage, but he never said that he did. He just said, I wanted to sleep with this woman. I wanted to get with this woman. But he never really said, unless I missed something, that he was out here just smashing chicks around. Because Jada Pinkett Smith is not going to put up with that. Don't let her demeanor fool you. She would not put up with Will Smith sleeping with other women outside of that marriage. She would not. I don't care how open it is. It's only open on one end, and it's her end. She can have the entanglement, not you. Trust me. He explained, it may seem hard to believe, but I would lose sleep over not giving you the answer that I know you could use. I want to help you. I want you to succeed. I want you to have a headline. But by the same token, I don't want to deal with the backlash of that in the world. To say I don't want to talk about that 3 years ago would have been effing excruciating for me. Will admitted the 50-year-old actress never believed in conventional marriage, so they spent a long time figuring out their relationship boundaries. He said Jada never believed in conventional marriage. Jada had family members that had an unconventional marriage. So she grew up in a way that was very different than how I grew up. There were significant, endless discussions about what is rational perfection. What is the perfect way to interact as a couple? For the large part of our relationship, monogamy was what we chose, not thinking of monogamy as the only relational perfection. But nobody cheated. You know, nobody cheated. Are you monogamous or are you not monogamous? That's the question. Because that's what people want to know. But once again, it's all about trying to keep people from believing and hearing what they heard. You can't go back and try to change what you've put out there. There are people in Hollywood that are making jokes about your marriage because they know that, you know, it's a perception and then there's reality of your relational perfection that you're trying to put out there, or may not be, because people know there's more going on here. But as long as Jada Pinkett is happy, you're happy, right? You know, you both can have what you want. You want to have your family together, and she wants to be able to live the way she wants to. You know, not every marriage is going to be perfect. Not every marriage is going to be what we all should think it is. But what's interesting is that you have so many women who come from maybe the same background as Jada Pinkett Smith, who want monogamous relationships. They want monogamous marriages. But deep down, they actually don't. But they tell men that. Because one, they know a lot of men are not going to want an open relationship. Let's just be real. There are those that do. But no man is going to want to share his woman with another man. So instead of women being honest, who may be more like Jada Pinkett Smith and say, you know what, I'm not a conventional marriage person. Let's do something that's more this than that. You know, I think but there are men that would want to do that. I think there are men that would accept that. But there are those that won't accept that. I think a lot of women these days would prefer open relationships if they could date who they wanted, not to date, but yeah, date basically outside a relationship who they want, but they can control the type of women that their significant other got with. Like, you got women that would want to have threesomes, but they want to choose the woman. They want to control that aspect, but they won't allow that man to control who they sleep with for the most part. So I think that this is just, Will Smith trying to tie up loose ends. He's in a better place emotionally, maybe physically, because, he had to get himself back into shape. And maybe his family's in shape. And he wants to clear that up, but you can't clear up what we all heard. And I don't see this as being the end of this. Sometimes you just never know what a person's true motives and ideas are until it happens. I'm not saying that Jada Pinkett Smith is going to want to look for a way out, but what I'm saying is it would not surprise me if she's the one that leaves, man. The one that cares the most always stays the longest. And the ones that care the least will be the least likely to get the divorce. People may say, oh, she loves this guy. She's in it for the long haul. She wants her family. Next thing you know, she's filing for divorce. That's how it works out here. A lot of y'all don't want to believe it. That's what goes on. I see it all the time. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'll see y'all next one.